happens. But I think the real reason that we brought that up, right, was because Kenny's going to be gone for a long time.
Yeah, so Kenny's going to be, we don't know how long Kenny's going to be out at this point because we don't know how long the investigation is going to be out. And I saw when he was coming back, I saw some people be like, oh, now he can help the women's division again, because prior to his injury and being at his surgeries and, recuperating and things like that, he was the biggest proponent of women's wrestling in AEW, and he was working a lot with the women. He was helping them with everything basically. And I think since he hadn't been there, he hadn't obviously been as hands-on and things like that. I don't know how involved, if he was involved at all while he was injured, because I know obviously he was also doing the video game stuff too. But now so I saw some people, they're like, oh, he's back, hopefully he can help with the division. Well, first of all, you can't rely on just Kenny Omega to fix what's happening right now. However, he is a big supporter of them and can probably go to bat for them a lot more than certain other people can. But now he's out for who knows how long. And so I don't know how this is going to affect the women's division and how it's going to affect anything that maybe he had planned or he had talked about, or like, I don't know how, because with the suspension, I'm sure he can't be hands-on. I mean, I'm sure if the women needed to text him and ask his opinion or something, I'm sure they could do that, but it's not like he can't pitch ideas, and he probably can't pitch, probably can't tell Tony, this is what you need to be doing, because he's not supposed to be working and things of that nature. So I don't know how much of a setback this is going to have on the women's division. They're already, they've been struggling while Kenny was away. This past Wednesday, on Tuesday, I sent out a tweet and I was joking about what Dynamite would look like. And I was saying that it was going to be MJF with a live mic, every member of the factory wrestling somebody from Dark from the night before. We would get the 2 matches that were already scheduled. And I said, and there would be a women's match at 9:30 that would last 6 minutes. Well, it was at 8:44, but it lasted just under 6 minutes. It was like 5 minutes and 44 seconds.
Well, at least you got it right.
I did. The one thing I did get wrong was that Nyla did not jump Tony Storm this time. But Nyla, it was funny. Nyla did joke when they put up the graphic that they tweeted out the graphic that Tony was wrestling Penelope. She said, wait, it's not me.
Oh my God.
So even Nyla gets it.
Hey, man, just come on.
Yeah. So
you hired, I mean, didn't they? So they hired Madison Rayne, right? To do the women's division.
Yep.
And but she's wrestled like, and I mean, I'm not saying that you don't need to make her legitimize.
Yeah, well, because
I
guess the argument is because look at QT. He does a lot with the backstage side of things, and then he obviously is wrestling pretty frequently and on TV and things like that. But so she's been on.
Enough other people that QT. I mean, this is like an all hands on deck situation in a kind of way. If you're serious, I mean, they've called men back. I mean, Mox had to cancel his entire vacation that he had planned, which I mean,
but they have people coming back from injury and stuff like that, so they could use. I mean, I'm glad they finally used Penelope. They've used her twice. Yeah, she's been from what I understand, she's been cleared at as long as Kip has been cleared. So I don't know why they weren't using her. I've heard she's been cleared for a while.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? That's true because Dave Meltzer has actually mentioned that on more than a few Observer radios where he's been like, I don't know what the deal is. She's here.
Because they've been, and they've done indie shows too, in the interim of them not being on TV. They were in New Jersey, and then Kip, I believe, has wrestled in the UK a few times.
Maybe I don't know if timing thing.
Yeah,
they wanted her to introduce something, or
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just glad they're using her. Hopefully they're going to use her more often. They need to, especially, Statlander's gone. I think Red Velvet, from what I can gather, apparently is injured as well.
Oh no.
So, which, is also another reason to sign Willow Nightingale and just get it done. I saw a tweet last night from Colby. We've write together and have been on stuff, but he watches the show sometimes, and he was saying last night, they need more baby faces. He was like, they don't have enough baby face women. And Phil Phil responded and he was like, this is why they need to sign Willow. And I was like, exactly, because who is the biggest baby face on the planet? It's Willow. Or at least the biggest unsigned woman baby face. It has to be Willow. I don't know who else it would be. So hopefully they will sign her. But yeah, so I don't know what Kenny. So obviously the women's division is already struggling. We do have an interim champion. Jade's doing her thing. She even mentioned potentially going 50-0.
Yeah, they really seem to be hinting.
Yeah, and so
at least 40, if not 50.
Yeah, so I mean, they could make it work if they would bring in women from the outside. I mean, bring in now. They clearly still have a relationship with Impact, so bring over Deanna. She's a tag team champion with Chelsea, but still, you could bring her over. There's Mia Yim. Mickie James said she's trying to, she's doing her last rodeo where she's basically starting from the bottom, and she wrestled Lainey Luck last week. So she's wrestling independent women on Impact, or at least in this episode she was. So I mean she's there, and have Jade go against the former champion like Mickie would be awesome. And because they've already had her go against Madison, and Madison is a 5-time knockout champion, and she's a 3-time knockouts tag team division winner too. So then, they could do that with Mickie. So there's women out there if they want to if they want to take the time and pull them off of Dark to face Jade, then they could do it if they wanted to. So so I don't, and I don't know what Tony has planned for the rest of the year, even pre all of this stuff, because he did make on the media call, he kept saying, I have a lot of my big stars back. I want to redo Rampage, and he was like, I want to go back to using like some of the big names on Rampage again. So it sounds like he has some plans in place. I don't know where the women fit into his plan, which I never seem to know where the women fit into his plan. And now that Kenny's not going to be there, I'm a little concerned about it. I mean, I'm concerned all the time. I'm very concerned about what happens when Ring of Honor gets a TV deal, because AEW's women struggle so much. I don't know what in the world he's going to do with the Ring of Honor women. And again, which is why I keep saying to hire Maria to help you out.
Yeah. I will keep agreeing with you, because I think that would be, I'd be very cool and excited to see.
Yeah.
That. I mean, that would just be cool. I just like her.
And
like her
and there is
I don't know her personally or anything.
No, me either.
I've
but
just been following her, and it seems like
now
I'd be willing to give that a try.
At this point, why not? I mean, the point has been made that, Tony is very, if he doesn't like the way things are going, he'll just take it away and do it himself, which he could potentially do in that situation. And that would suck for Maria. But at this point, I think you've got to try something different, because nothing's changing. It's the same thing. And in some cases, it's getting worse because, the women are getting less time. And now we've got this whole interim championship situation with the women and all of this stuff. And they've got a lot that they can work on, and we're heading into year 4 soon. And this has been a problem since early on, and it's not improving. And so they've got to try something different, and hiring someone like Maria, I think, even if it doesn't work out, at least it's showing that you give a damn about the women's division.